What up, world? How y'all doing out there? You might be watching this video late night, early morning, midday. No matter when you're watching, I hope you're in a good place and I hope you're in good health. But before we get into our next segment, hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. You can even share it if you want to. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, man. Today I want to talk about, I want to ask y'all, a question. What is paradise? Think about it for a minute. What is paradise? What's your paradise? When people say paradise, what do they typically think of? Beach, lawn chair, umbrella, fruity drink, laid out, shades on, beautiful water, nice sunset. Paradise, right? A parrot. What's paradise? You know what I mean? You got toucans flying around, peacocks. Paradise. When I was in college, right? We had to write a paper on paradise. And I wrote my paper and I turned it in. My professor called me and said, let me talk to you for a minute. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm not really thinking too much of it. And he was actually from Africa, right? And he said, I was reading your paper and he said, the way you explain paradise, I never looked at it, in that light. Never thought about it in that way. And I never would have, put it in those words, those terms, your perspective of paradise. Because everybody has this perception of paradise, right? So, for my paper, when I wrote about paradise, I was like thinking outside the box. You dig? So, I was, my paradise may not be your paradise. Simple and plain. My paradise might not be your paradise. Your paradise might be, as I said before, sunny beaches, the beach chair laid out, fruity drink, shades, glasses on, beautiful water, peacocks running around, toucans flying around, parrots, paradise. You know what I mean? Getting served, being brought lunch and dinner, while you relax. Nice sandy beaches, paradise. My paradise, and the way I was explaining it to him, comfortable. Regular job, bills paid, not living above my means, family, house, kids, car, maybe 2 in the driveway, 3-4 bedroom house, nothing spectacular, nothing, you know what I mean? Nice backyard, paradise. I'm good. I'm good with that. I'm straight. But as we get into that, you might be like, oh yeah, paradise, right? So now we're going to take it and flip it. Paradise. So as we look at it in those ways, in that way, and flip the terminology, so now we're going to say, my paradise is not your paradise. Your paradise might be big house, 2-3 stories, pool in the backyard, 6 cars in the garage, all kind of stuff. You know what I mean? That's not necessarily for everybody. So when you look at life differently, you know, I enjoy doing what I do. I don't enjoy doing, what you do. Whatever it is that you enjoy doing, I might not enjoy doing it. You know what I'm saying? I don't drink, I don't smoke, I never have. I never took a drink and I never smoked. Period. I don't enjoy that. That's not what you know what I mean? You might enjoy drinking and smoking and hanging out with friends. That does that. That's what y'all do. That's you know what I mean? I'm not knocking anybody, but it's just not what I do. So it wouldn't be my paradise. It'll be your paradise. Does it make sense? You know what I'm saying? So everybody paradise is different. So, man, don't let the narrative, don't let that stuff fool you. As the sandy beaches, the nice water, don't let that stuff, let's flip it. Let's turn that around. Whose paradise is that? Who put that together? Oh, this is paradise for me. So they put that, they projected that to the world as being in paradise. You know, women dancing on a beach. You know what I mean? Um, and it's things like that that keep us um, living, fantasy and not really just reality. You know what I mean? But Mr. Johnson, he lived down the street from me. You know what I mean? And his paradise might be living extravagantly. I mean, the best of everything. He has to have it. The latest car, the latest fashion, the latest pair of shoes, he has to have those things, right? Um, Not me. I can care less about it. I'm good with last year's wardrobe. Matter of fact, it might be 2, 3 years ago wardrobe. I'm good. I don't need 6 cars or the latest car, keeping up with the trends and the fashion and this and that. And I'm just speaking, in general. I'm just speaking, hypothetically. That I listen. I'm simple, and simple people don't need this. They don't even care about that. They good. So they go to work, come home. They have their family, their kids, their wife, their spouse, and they're good. They get to go home and eat dinner, talk about the day with the kids, talk about the day with the spouse, tell them about their day, what happened at school, what happened at work. They sitting at the table enjoying dinner together, and that's one man's paradise. No sandy beaches, no fruity drinks, no none of that. He's already in his paradise. You know what I'm saying? So, when you look at things like that, now you have to think, what is your paradise? Like if you just really think about it and just be realistic, right? What is your paradise? What does that look like for you? That's obtainable. That's reachable. That's not far-fetched. What is paradise? So now, when somebody, when you hear the word paradise, it will take that fairy tale vision to a whole new level, to a way it's never been looked at before by you. Now you can project your paradise on the next person. Be like, man, that's not my paradise. This is right here. This is my paradise. And explain to them, what is your paradise? Now, people are going to start looking at paradise different. Yeah. So the next person, that has to have the big houses, the latest car, the this, the that, the pool, all of that stuff, right? Um, it's crazy because those kind of people, not all. I'm just gonna say some that has that kind of deal going on. They have to have the latest. Those people are never satisfied. They're never going to be satisfied. You can't satisfy them because they have to have the latest. And if they don't have the latest, they're never going to be satisfied. So if they don't have the latest pair of sneakers, they don't have the latest car, um, if they don't have a nice size house or one of the biggest houses on the block or in the neighborhood, they're never going to be satisfied. They're always chasing that high. They're always chasing that dream. They're never going to be satisfied. So you have to be careful about things like materialistic things, right? You have to be very, very careful because it will become a drug, an addiction, right? And then once you become addicted to the latest, the trend, the fashion, the whatever, now you become a slave, right? Now you become a slave to materialistic things. You don't work for materialistic things, right? Yes, you do. You really do. So who you work for? Who do you work for? What do you work for? Oh, I gotta have the latest car, the latest whatever. Now this is what you work for. That's the slave. You become a slave to materialistic things without even realizing it. And if somebody calls you a slave, now you have an attitude, now you're mad, now you want to fight, but you're not looking at what you're doing or or what you've become. Louis Vuitton, you know, Prada, Coach, Gucci, you become a slave to materialistic things. Because if you don't work, you can't buy those things. And what are you working for? Right? So you got to be careful about um, being materialistic. So what you got the last year, 2, 3 year wardrobe? You didn't get the latest pair of shoes, um, the this, the that. I can go on name calling and brand, bashing brands and that, but I won't. Is not necessary. You know what brand and what fashion you love to have and love to wear. It, think about it. Don't become. It's cool to have nice things. Don't get me wrong. It's cool to have nice things, but don't become a slave to it. Don't do that. You know. Now you can't sleep at night. Now you're having a fit. Now you're mad at your spouse because their priorities might be together, but yours not. Now, if your spouse says, "Nah, we're not gonna buy this month," or "We gotta wait till the," now you're mad because you didn't get it when everybody else came out with it, and you didn't get it first, right? So you gotta be careful about that kind of stuff. Not to divert too far away from what is your paradise, but once you go to get caught up in these things like that, it's different. So chasing that kind of stuff, you know, is gonna take you, you know, to heights and levels that you don't want to go to. That means you'll do anything to get the latest fashion, whatever that may be. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta be careful about when you choose the things in life that you go after. I'm going to go after this, I'm going to go after that. Now, if you put all that time and effort into going after having the latest fashion, think about what you can do with that energy if you put it into something productive. I'm just saying. Think about it, what you can do with that. So, you know, a lot of people paradise is not the sandy beaches. A lot of people's paradise is not the fruity drinks. That's a vacation. It's cool. I would love to be on the beach, chilling, getting served lobster, scampi, shrimps. You dig? Nice grilled fish, you know? Beautiful beaches, sand. I visit it. It's cool. Go visit. But don't, oh, I was in paradise. Nah, when you get back home to what you really enjoy, your family, your friends, and your kids, and your spouse, and just being who you are, man. You got love there. People enjoy you. You know what I'm saying? So now you're in paradise. Yeah, I visited a nice little spot. They had all the accessory, all the amenities. It was cool. But you're gonna be ready to get back home after so many days of being there. The first thing you're gonna say, man, I can't wait to go back home. This cool, but there's no place like home. Right? You heard what Dorothy said. No place like home. I don't care who you are. A lot of people, I'm glad I left home. I'm glad I done this and that. There's none of this and that. Man, listen. You could leave home, go to another state, make it big, have plenty of success. If you had love in your hometown and at your, people say, I would never go back home. Man, there's no place like it. I don't care what you say. Unless you had bad experiences at home, bad experiences, in your household. Yeah, okay, yeah, I never want to revisit that place. It was dark clouds, bad experience. I didn't feel, wanted, loved, needed. It was just horrible for me to go home, to be at home. That's why I left, right? But if you leave home and you had love there, you had people that cared about you there, you had, you enjoyed being around your family and friends, and y'all ate good and nice dinners and, hanging out. I don't care what you do. There's no place like home. I promise you. So, I won't lie to you. Other people might lie to you. I've traveled. I've been places. I've stayed other different states and this and that. Man, I always had love at home. Felt loved at home. You know what I'm saying? So, there's no place like home. Paradise. Know what I'm saying? So, you get back home, you kick it with your old friends, you have family members there, man. Times are going to be good. Good times are going to be had. You enjoy visiting the local water hole you used to go to, hanging. Man, there's no place like home. Guess what? Where everybody knows your name. You know the show. You know what I'm saying? For those of you that don't that know what I'm talking about, where everybody knows your name. So paradise is not necessarily what the world projects. What it always have been, this is paradise. It's not always that. So man, it's don't let nobody put paradise like, oh yeah, it's this is that. Tell people about your paradise. Your loved ones, your family. Man, I love being at home. I love being around friends, family I grew up with, this, that, and the third. Sharing old times, memories, good times. Man, paradise is different. If you really think about it, if you really look at it, paradise is different. So, I hope you have a different outlook and a different perspective on paradise now. Cause once you look at it like that, you realize, yeah, I never that is different. And it's more enjoyable. And it's obtainable. Right? That paradise is more obtainable and more reachable than this one. So you want something that you can easily get, or something you gotta work most of your life for and still might not get it. So, just take your time. Think about, what really is paradise, what makes you happy, you know, friends, family, being at home. That kind of stuff makes, it makes a difference in your life, you know? So, man, my paradise and the next man's paradise might not be the same. I know it's different. So, uh, but at the same time, man, take a vacation. Go visit the world. Travel the world if you can, if you're able. You know what I'm saying? Do all of that good stuff. Man, enjoy yourself. Enjoy your life. Live while you're living. You know what I'm saying? So, man, but always keep in mind what's your paradise. So, I know you can do this. I trust in you. I believe in you. I'm with you. You got this. So at the same time, we're going to apply that pressure and we're going to get to the business. Yeah.